Cold and flu season, try Vicks NX nasal spray. A couple of sprays, works in seconds. Only use as directed. Gets rid of that congestion. Good to have you in today. Joy Taylor is joining me. We are packed today. Sam Amick was great on NBA stuff. Michael Rappaport. Mark Dominic, former NFL GM, will be joining us. Dante Jones also here today. There's actually some sports going on. So I'm reading Bob Sturm, writes for The Athletic, and they're talking about the largest contract quandary in Dallas Cowboy history, what to do with Dak Prescott's extension. Jerry Jones likes Dak Prescott. But I was sitting there thinking today, is negotiations are all about leverage, even when you're buying or selling a house. And the best advice I could ever give anybody, because I've played around with real estate for years, had 26 homes, bought, sold, whatever, sometimes stayed in a while, sometimes flipped, is wait. It's amazing how much happens quickly in real estate. Markets crash. The guy you want to buy the house from loses his job, gets a divorce. All of a sudden, you have the leverage when you didn't have any. Right now, Dak has all the leverage. 2 division titles in 3 years. Playoff win. He's won 70% of his games almost. Perfect quarterback leadership intangibles. Jerry's getting older. Does he want to rebuild? Playing for pennies for the last 3 years. He can go in with his agent and say, I've made you a fortune, you've paid me nothing. That's a lot of leverage for Dak. The Cowboys' leverage really comes down to this. Dak only makes $700,000 a year and is only going to make $726,000 from the Cowboys this year. Got another year in his contract left, his rookie deal. The Cowboys' leverage is, why not we just give you $20 million now? Why don't we do a 4 or 5 year deal, mostly guaranteed, $20 million a year? So it gives us a discount, but get your money now. Now, Dak appears to have the personality that he would be patient. I think he's a grown-up. But when you don't have leverage, wait. You want to buy that house, and the market's hot, and the seller's not budging. Wait. He gets a divorce. He gets demoted. The market crashes. Waiting is an underrated tool in leverage. What's the worst thing that can happen for the Dallas Cowboys? Joe Flacco happens. Dak gets hot, plays the greatest month of his life, and the Cowboys win a Super Bowl, and Dak's the MVP. That's the worst-case scenario. You're a Cowboy fan, you got a trophy. But you're also going to have to pay a B-minus quarterback, Dak, Joe Flacco, A-plus money. All right? So you won't make the playoffs next few years after that. Remember, Baltimore wins the Super Bowl, pays Flacco a fortune, suddenly can't afford offensive linemen, can't afford receivers, can't keep their best corner, and they 7-9, 7-9, 7-9, 3 straight years. That's with a good owner, good GM, good coach. The worst-case scenario is Dak goes on the run of his life like Flacco did for a month and plays completely over his skis. And Flacco and Dak, to me, are B-minus quarterbacks, and Flacco played A-plus. He was just great for a month. He was great. And then you had to pay him a fortune. All right, but you got the trophy. And you know how fans are in Dallas. They just want a trophy. So, I look at this and let him sit for another year and play. The Cowboys' offensive line, this is not disputable. John, you'll acknowledge this. It's getting old, fast. Okay, how's Dak going to be behind an offensive line that's not the top 8, not even the best in his own division? Let's let it wait. Here's the other thing, is that if you sign Dak to a long-term contract, Jason Garrett did not get an extension. You may have a new coach in a year and be looking for a new coach. And a new coach may say, I'm locked into Dak for 4 years? I mean, Josh McDaniels had Tom Brady. If Jason Garrett got run out of town, Josh McDaniels looking at that thinking, I got a lot of options. I'm not going to Dak for 4 years. I'm not saying he would say that, but I'm saying it's a possibility if you had an Urban Meyer, you had a Lincoln Riley, you had a Josh McDaniel in 1 year. If the Cowboys kind of putter around and go 8-8 and Jerry gets impetuous and says, Garrett's out of here, you got Dak already locked in for 5 years. There may be some coaches that say, why would I want to go up against Carson Wentz twice a year and I got Dak? It's a possibility. So if I'm the Cowboys, now Michael Irvin came on this show. He disagrees with me. He said this about 2 months ago on our show.
It's not about performance. It's just about, hey, you're the next guy up. You get to be the highest paid. It doesn't matter in any other, like it does in every other position. So now you got to go to Dak before he becomes up. We got to work together in this. We're going to give you, I'm going to come early. I'm going to give you a long enough deal with enough upfront money so you can be happy, but we're going to get a little bit of a break so we can put some other people around you.
There's a lot of people that think that. There's a lot of people that think you go to Dak, you pay him off early, and you get a break.
If I was Dak, I would argue that the past 3 years, and if he plays on it the last 4 years, you've got a tremendous deal, an unheard of deal.
Oh, yeah.
And I've had plenty of money, and you've not managed to put a team around me that can get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. No. Dak, I got to go.
Taking a break means what?
Good point. Next hour, coming up in L.A., it's The Herd.